Hi, welcome back. Today I'm going to do the if I owned a bookstore tag. The first question is, what are the hours of operation? The bookshop would open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. on Saturdays. On Sundays, the bookshop would be closed. Is there ambient music? What kind? There would be quiet background music, both classical and jazz. I like piano solos, so there would be quite a few of them. On occasions, there would be recordings of dawn choruses from throughout the world, because I'd like the bookshop to have a bit of a nature theme to it. Is there a coffee bar? Do you serve alcohol? Yes, there would be a coffee bar that also sold light snacks. No, I wouldn't sell alcohol in the bookshop. I would like advertisements of other eco-friendly businesses to be in the cafe, because I think it's important that we live as sustainably as possible. For example, there could be an advert for a hair salon that uses hair dyes that come from nature. In other words, eco-friendly hair dyes. Are patrons encouraged to linger? Yes, but not too much, because it would be a bookstore and not a library. Are there comfortable chairs? There would be wooden chairs. There wouldn't be sofas or anything like that. What kind of lighting? There would be ambient lighting. Other tables? There would definitely be a few tables so that authors could come and sign their books and give talks. Are there areas for group gathering? Yes. Is there live entertainment, poetry readings, author readings from their current works, lectures in literature? Yes, I'd like there to be an open mic night so that people could come and read their creative writing. I would very much like to invite authors to the bookshop so they can sign their books. To me, there are a lot of undiscovered authors out there. I think that the very successful authors dominate the market too much, and not all published authors are that talented. So I'd really like to give amplification to new voices. No, there wouldn't be literary lectures in the bookshop. Where is your bookshop located? In the busy heart of a large city, in a neighborhood of a large city, in a small town, in a rural area? The bookshop would be located in a small town, ideally in California. In my 20s, I would have said the big city, but as you get older, you get less enthusiastic about the big city. How does your bookshop look from the outside? Sleek and modern, or dark and brooding? From the outside, I'd like people to see that books pile high in the bookshop, that books are literally going from the floor to the ceiling on all walls. I'd like there to be a little bit of a display area for new books at the front of the shop. And I would generally like it to have a sleek and modern look. What is your speciality? Used books, new and used books, only fiction, fiction and nonfiction. Does your bookshop specialize in a particular genre? I'd say mainly used books because I like the idea of a sustainable circular economy. However, I would definitely sell some new books because, as I say, I'd like to support new authors. There would be a special area of the shop for books that have been made into movies because I find that adaptation process very interesting. I'd like the bookshop to specialize in literary fiction, speculative fiction, which is a subgenre of science fiction, books on nature, and books on health. What's the name of your bookstore? I'd call the bookstore Sustainable Reading World. If that name was taken, I would choose another similar name. Thanks for watching. See you next time.